Hello everyone, welcome to another JMPR review. Doing this one live just because this has arrived today. I'm excited and I didn't really want to do any editing because I'm going on holiday shortly. So, Middle-earth strategy battle game, Quest of the Ringbearer. It's a brand new book, another narrative book for Middle-earth strategy battle game. One I've been really looking forward to since they announced it. We have got basically Frodo from leaving the Shire right up to when he destroys the ring. Super excited to get this book. We've got 28 new scenarios. We've got 6 legendary legions, and we've got the build your own fellowship rules. I can't wait to get this open and have a little look through. So, contents page. Scenarios, Journey of the Ringbearer, Armies, Legendary Legions, Fantasy Fellowship, and a Weathertop Masterclass. So I assume showing you how to build your own Weathertop. We've got a few pages of history, only 4, just listing the tales. And then we go straight into the scenarios. The first scenario is Farmer Maggot's Crop. And in this one, the hobbits are actually the bad guys. Farmer Maggot is the good guy defending his crops against the evil hobbits. And the idea is that, by the looks of it, you have to try and gather some vegetables. So it'd be a fun little mini game. It also suggests that you can play with 5 people and everyone takes a different hobbit, and you do it as a competition. First hobbit to get more veg wins. Shortcuts make long days, so that is the hobbits running away from the ring race through the forest. I'm not going to go too much into the details of each scenario, but just to give you an idea of what's in it. The next one is Bucklebury Ferry, again running to the ferry and getting the ferry across the river. 3 ring race, Frodo, Sam, Merry, Pippin. Same as the last one. Oh, the last one needed Gildor as well. The Old Forest. 4 hobbits and evil side, none. No, really. Basically, the evil player controls the trees and can just whack the hobbits with trees. And the idea is you just get the hobbits across the board. Could be fun. Yes, going a bit more into the... obviously, this is more from the actual books rather than the films themselves. We've got Fog of the Barrow Downs, 4 Barrow-wights, Tom Bombadil, Goldberry, which are models I actually don't own. So I might need to pick them up at some point. Then we get to Bree. We've got the Nazgul and Bree. I'm wondering how they do this. Hunt the Ringbearer. You need the 2 new models that are coming out for that, Barlaman and Harry Goatleaf. Is it just escaping again? There's going to be a lot of escaping here. Yeah, let's get the board edge. Then we get to Weathertop. And 5 ring race, Witch King, or 4 ring race, Witch King, Frodo, Sam, Merry, Pippin, Aragorn. Everyone knows Weathertop pretty well from the films. Flight to the Ford, Arwen and Frodo on horse. Sam, Merry, Aragorn. I don't think Frodo does start on the horse, but maybe he does. Yes, he does. He starts on the horse. That is a model I'm pretty sure I've got somewhere. And then you get the 9 ring race on horseback, hoping they release that as a box set soon. It does also say that you can play this scenario with Glorfindel instead of Arwen. In this situation, Frodo is mounted on Asphalaf, even though he would not normally be able to do so, and Glorfindel will enter the board the same manner as Aragorn and the Hobbits. That's pretty cool. They've got one of their little mini games that we're used to seeing now with cards for the pass for Caradras. Not going to bother reading too much into that, to be honest. Another book one, we've got Wargs in the Night. So I'm assuming we're getting close to the Mines of Moria now. Never-ending Pack. Any evil warrior model that's been previously slain and the board phase. Okay, that's cool. From turn 11 onwards, if priority is ever drawn, then the game immediately ends. Is that how it ends? Good side wins the game if the game ends before 5 fellowship members are dead. Or more. 5 is the evil player winning. Okay, it's pretty cool. If Frodo dies, you can only draw. The Gates of Moria. So, Watcher in the Water, and obviously the Fellowship. When the Watcher in the Water suffers a wound, it immediately retreat D3 away from the model that wounded it in the direction chosen by its controlling player. Wounds cannot cause in the shoot phase. Whilst the Watcher of the Water is in combat, will force the Watcher to leave the combat. Additionally, the Watcher in the Water cannot be slain in this scenario. Whenever it would suffer its final wound, it will instead retreat D6 away. Okay. So that sounds like a really cool scenario, actually. That'll be good. Adam, get your Watcher painted. Balin's Tomb, classic scenario. Don't need to talk too much about that. Everyone's that would be interested in this has probably seen the film, so I hope. Escape from the Delph. That's when they're running along down the stairs. So you can fall off it. Okay, again, a fun little sort of fairly mini game, probably to not take that long to play. Bridge of Khazad-dûm, or as we shall know it, the Sacrifice of Gandalf. Spoilers. That's cool. Gandalf can cast Sorcerer's Blast on the bridge while he's standing on it to destroy the bridge. That'll be a great little scenario to play. Then we've got Lothlorien with goblins chasing them into Lothlorien. Aragorn's Stand. Amon-Hen. Aragorn versus Lurtz. More on Lurtz later. Boromir, Merry, and Pippin against a bunch of Uruk-hai. No Lurtz in that one, though. Interesting. There we go. Breaking the Fellowship. That's where Lurtz comes back into it. So, we're just playing until one force is wiped out. That's going to be pretty hard, actually, on the heroes there. You've got a very injured Boromir. Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli versus Lurtz, an Uruk-hai captain, and 24 Uruk-hai scouts. And Boromir is separate from... Yeah, Boromir dies straight away in this scenario. I'm just going to call it right now. And then you just deal with Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli. I think that's definitely favoured in the evil side, actually. I think it'd be pretty hard for the good team to actually win that. Ambush at Amon-Hen. Okay, so that's the three we just looked at are sort of like a smaller versions of it, and this is This it seems to be the bigger version of that. Those 3 scenarios all in one. Slightly different rules. Taming of Smeagol. Just Frodo and Sam versus Gollum, basically. Dead Marshes. Frodo, Sam, Smeagol on the good side, Ringwraith on Fellbeast with 0 might, 10 will, 0 fate, and 6 Dead Marsh Spectres. Evil models are sentries. Don't follow the lights. If a good model is moved into the marshland as a result of a Spectre's fell light is in them special rule, they must roll a d6. On a 1 or 2, that model succumbs to the powers of the Spectres and falls into the marsh. They are now prone. A model that has succumbed to the Spectres cannot act in any way. And if they remain in the marsh during the end phase of the following turn, they are removed as a casualty. A friendly model can rescue a model that has succumbed by ending their move in base contact. The rescued model may then act as normal. If Frodo puts the ring on, the Ringwraith no longer is sentry, will act as normal. Again, you have to just get across the board and escape. But again, it could be pretty fun, just trying to get away. We've got a reprint of the Ambush at Athelion scenario. That was originally in the, well, maybe before originally, but it was in the Gondor War book as well. Slightly different. You've got Frodo and Sam there now. Although maybe they were in there before. Can't remember. But you've also got the 2 new Ranger captains in the list as well. Yeah, same. I think you just got the Mimic who have to try and get off the other side of the board, and the Rangers have to kill them. We've then got Osgiliath, small board again, got 4x2. Ringwraith on Fellbeast, 3 orc captains, 37 orc warriors. Faramir, Madril, Damrod, Amborn, Mablung, Frodo, Sam, Smeagol, 13 warriors of Minas Tirith, 12 rangers of Gondor, 6 Osgiliath veterans. Smeagol's Treachery, another little card game. Shelob's Lair. Shelob, Sam, Frodo, and Smeagol as well. So Frodo starts alive, and then Sam can pick up Sting if he gets taken out. Okay. Cirith Ungol. That'd be a cool board to make, actually. It's Shagrat Gorbag, and then Sam, and obviously it's a bunch of them, orcs and Mordor Urukai. Plateau of Gorgoroth. Frodo and Sam in orc armor. I wish I could find my models of those. I'm sure I've still got them somewhere. Just haven't seen them in a long time. And again, Frodo and Sam must bypass the orcs without being found out. If hobbits are discovered, the orcs will surely kill them. Basically, don't let Frodo die. That's pretty cool, actually. I'm quite looking forward to seeing that. Basically, you have to walk alongside the orcs and try not to be discovered. And the orcs automatically move. Okay. And then the end of all things, Frodo destroying the ring, but at the same time, you're playing the battle. Obviously, the Battle of Blackgate. And so you've got 2 little games going on at once. Don't let all the heroes at the Black Gate die, and obviously Frodo must destroy the ring. Quite a few special rules in that one. I won't go through all of them, but there is several special rules. I've had a whole page of special rules for that scenario, for those scenarios. So that's the missions. It then goes into the campaign, sort of, if you want to play it through as a campaign. Different bonuses depending on who. We've seen this in all the other journey books type things. You've got the different bonuses, the evil and good. Whoever depends on who wins the scenario. And then we come to armies. So we've got a few new characters in the book, not many, but a few. It talks about the Fellowship, key models: Aragorn, Frodo, Gandalf, Sam. Weaknesses, obviously there's only 9 of them, and some of them are rubbish. Well, no, they're not. Let's face it, the Hobbits are the best ones. No, obviously there's no new Fellowship members. They can't just add Fellowship members, or can they? We'll get to that. Rangers of Ithilien, lots of shooting, 5/4 Rangers, woodland creature, low defense, no fight 6 heroes, and no cavalry. We've got the 2 new Ranger heroes, Mablung and Amborn. Yep. 35 points each, both minor heroes, both get a special rule. They're just the typical sort of low minor hero stat line, well, not stat line so much, but might 1, will 1, fate 1. Amborn gets to spend a single point of might, even if he has none remaining, to modify either a hit roll, in the way roll, or wound roll when using his bow. He may also be taken as part of the Minas Tirith army list. And Mablung is any rangers of Gondor within 6 of him gain the stalk, including Faramir, Damrod, Madril, and Amborn. Gain the Stalk Unseen special rule. Additionally, enemy models targeted by a shooting attack from Mablung or any rangers of Gondor within 6 of him, including Faramir, Madril, Damrod, and Amborn, do not benefit from the Stalk Unseen special rule for the duration of that shooting attack. Good buff. Then we've got Wanderers in the Wild, a bit of an update to them. Obviously, these guys are not an army. They are just some random models. Tom Bombadil, Marin, Gerard, Barlaman, and Harry Goatleaf are now added to that. Barlaman is 40 points. He has a cudgel. He has heroic resolve and heroic defense. He is not a good fighter, shockingly, for a barman. He has 1 might, 3 will, 2 fate, and a couple of special rules. Barley and Butterbur at your service. During his move phase, if Barley and Butterbur is in base contact with a friendly hero model, he can spend a will point to use this ability. If he does so, roll a d6. On a 5-up, that hero regains a lost wound earlier in the battle. If he uses this special on a hero from the Fellowship, it's on a 4-up instead. He can also have Bill the Pony. You may include Bill the Pony in the same force as Barlaman if he was part of Barlaman's warband, even if your force doesn't include Sam. If Bill is taken as part of Barlaman's warband, he would only cost 10 points rather than 25. And additionally, Barlaman may benefit from Bill the Pony's official meals and second breakfast special rules. Barlaman is historical allies with the Fellowship, convenient allies with the Shire, the Rangers, Minas Tirith, the Fiefdoms, Dead of Dunharrow, Wild Men of Duradane, Rivendell, Lothlorien, Halls of Thranduil, Fangorn, and the Misty Mountains, and impossible allies with everything else. Harry Goatleaf. I imagine he's not going to be very strong as he was defeated by a gate. Similar sort of stat line to Barlaman, actually. Might 1, will 3, 1 fate. He's got a dagger and a lantern. Lantern, the area within 12-inch radius of Harry Goatleaf is illuminated as if it were daylight. Models within this area can be seen clearly unless another special rule would prevent them from doing so. Gatekeeper. During the priority phase, after priority has been rolled, Harry Goatleaf may spend a point of will, and if he does so, select 1 enemy infantry model within 6 inches in line of sight and roll a d6. On a 3-up, the chosen model cannot move that turn, although they can still do anything else they would normally be able to do. Yeah. Harry may use might to influence this roll. Monster models are unaffected by this special rule. Well, that seems pretty good. Especially during the priority phase. You could just shut down. Oh, that hero might want to use enemy infantry model. Yeah, heroes are infantry, right? As long as they're on foot. So yeah. Now that hero is probably going to use heroic move or I don't know, heroic something. Let's just make him stand still and not do that. So that seems great, actually. That seems really useful. Harry Goatleaf can either be taken as a good or an evil model. If taken as a good model, he is historical allies with the Fellowship, convenient allies with Rangers, Ministerith, Fiefdoms, David and Harrow, Rohan, Wildman, Trudan. So basically the same, just not Halls of Thranduil. Why is Barnaman? I don't know. He's impossible allies with on the list. If he's taken as an evil model, Harry Goatleaf counts as a hero of fortitude. He may be taken as part of Sharky's Rogues and may be included as part of the Chief's Ruffians Legendary Legion. Great, so I can add him into my Ruffians. Then we've got the Black Riders as a list. Basically, it says here that this is a Legendary Legion, so slight spoiler for later. Kira Thungol, also spoiler, Legendary Legion. And then we go into the Legendary Legions. So we have some one reprint, I think. I think it's only one reprint, and some new ones. We have got the Breaking of the Fellowship. So this is the Fellowship after they've left Lothlorien. So no Gandalf. It's a 600-point list, basically. And all of the Fellowship members gain their gift from Galadriel. So Frodo gets the Light of Erendil. He may use a single free will point per turn to cast Blinding Light magical power on a 3-up. Cannot be channeled. Cannot use it if he's wearing the ring. Sam gets his Elven Rope, probably one of the worst ones, but it basically always counts as rolling a 6 for any climb, jump, or leap tests. So situational, potentially good. Merry and Pippin get the Daggers of Noldorin. Reroll any failed to wound rolls in combat, because that's just where they want to be. Aragorn gets his Elven Dagger. This is an Elven-made dagger with the Uruk-hai Bane special rule. Boo. Legolas, Bow of the Galadrim. Whilst within 3 inches of a friendly model, Legolas may reroll any failed to hit rolls when shooting. Yeah. Not convinced that's great, but might help if he's moving and shooting. Gimli gets Galadriel's Locks, may reroll all dice in a dual roll, and you may use this ability 3 times per turn, because he had 3 Galadriel hairs. 3 times per game, sorry, not per turn. Golden Belt from Boromir. Boromir gains the Woodland Creature special rule. Okay. And the whole Fellowship get the Blessing of Galadriel. Friendly models always count as having had the Fortify Spirit magical power cast upon them. This is always in effect, even if their will points have been reduced to 0. Models from the Legendary Legion count as in range of a banner if there is any friendly model within 3 inches. That's really good. And you have my sword. As long as Frodo is alive on the table, all models from this Legendary Legion gain the Fearless special rule. Additionally, this force will never be considered broken while Frodo is alive and on the table. That's just your normal Fellowship army bonus. So, also every model has an Elven Cloak. Aragorn is the Warband's leader, and they're basically one warband. That would be pretty cool to play. I'm not a big fan of playing all heroes. I know someone that is, and I'm sure he'll be using this more than me. But it is. This book is definitely giving me the drive to actually go and paint up a Fellowship for the first time in like 19 years since this game's been out. We then have the updated Rangers of the Thillian list. So again, this is one from Gondor at War. It basically adds Anborn and Mablung. Everything else, I believe, is the same. So the Rangers don't count towards the bow limit. And that also now includes anyone led by Anvil and Mablung. So you can basically just have an even bigger bow army. I'm actually working on my Rangers just down here now. So I will be having a small Ranger list, just because I've wanted one for a while, and the new Anvil and Mablung models are amazing. They are in that box over there. That's my Anvil and Mablung. So next one is Lurtz's Scouts. Yes! Was gutted when they didn't get one in the Rohan book, even though I knew why, because the Scouts weren't there, and we just got the Helm's Deep Legendary Legion. But now I get my Scout Legendary Legion. This cabinet here, Scouts are on this shelf somewhere over there. Led by Lurtz with Shield. You can have Ugluk, you can have Mahur, you can have Uruk-hai Scout Captains, you can have Uruk-hai Drummers. Do I have an Uruk-hai Drummer? I think I do. And you can have an Uruk-hai Scouts. Shocker. So not a huge choice, but Lurtz must include Lurtz as the army leader. Lurtz's Scouts Force, must include Lurtz. Shocker. Relentless March. If your army includes Malheur, then any Uruk-hai Scouts in your force may be upgraded to Malheur's Marauders rather than just the ones in Malheur's Warband. This upgrade is free rather than costing 1 point per model. Additionally, Lurtz, Ugluk, Uruk-hai Scout Captains, and Uruk-hai Drummers increase their move value to 8. Additionally, friendly models gain the Woodland Creature special rule. I feel like I've seen that rule before. Why do I feel like I've seen that rule somewhere before? But the fact that Lurtz, Ugluk, Captains, and Drummers also get their move boosted is amazing. Someone help me out. Where have I seen this before? Is that the Ugluk? Does the Ugluk Scout list get that? Not sure. And when I say not sure, I'm pretty sure that that's a thing already. I'd have to check the other books. A worthy foe. Lurtz may declare a heroic challenge against any hero model, regardless of tier. Additionally, if Lurtz declares heroic challenge and the targeted hero declines, Lurtz regains the might point spent during the heroic challenge. A heroic challenge doesn't get used that much, but it would be quite funny running around challenging lots of little captains and then not being able to use their heroic move bonuses and things. And the fact that the army was moving quicker, you'll be able to hopefully stop them spending too many of their points before you get to do that. Shield throw, once per game, Lurtz can choose to use... only once per game. Lurtz can choose to use his shield as a throwing weapon. This has a strength of 4, and any man-sized model hit by the shield is automatically knocked prone. Once Lurtz has thrown his shield, he no longer carries it and cannot use it for the remainder of the battle. Note that although he no longer has a shield, Lurtz's defense will not be reduced. Excellent. Okay. I'm obviously going to choose the strongest model in your army and throw a shield at it. And then just beat him up on the ground. So the fact they've all got Woodland Creature, they all move 8. Lurtz being a badass, that's great. I'm definitely playing this. Depths of Moria is the next Legendary Legion, and this is all about this man right here, the Balrog. Must be led by the Balrog. Then you've got the option of Moria Goblin Shamans, Moria Goblin Captains, Shamans, Black Shield Captains, Black Shield Shamans, Goblin Drum, Black Shield Drum, Prowlers, Moria Goblins, Moria Black Shields, and Cave Trolls. The Balrog gains Shadow, or special rules Shadow. Shooting attacks that target the Balrog only ever hit on a 5 or more. And Flame. Once per game, at the start of the shoot phase, the Balrog may select a single enemy model within 3 inches and roll a d6. On a 2-up, that model is immediately set ablaze. This is an active ability. After the Balrog has used this ability, it no longer benefits from the Shadow ability. Dominion of the Balrog. Friendly goblin models within 6 gain +1 fight value. Additionally, this army will never be considered broken as long as the Balrog has 6 or more wounds. Should the Balrog have 5 or fewer wounds, the army will break as normal. If the Balrog is slain, the army will immediately count as broken. Drums in the Deep. The effects of the Moray Goblin or Moray Black Shield drum are increased from 18 inches to battlefield wide. Additionally, so long as the drum and at least one drummer are alive, they will also count as a banner for the purpose of victory points in scenarios that award victory points for having a banner left alive. Yeah, because otherwise they don't have access to banners, do they? No. So that's pretty cool. If you like the Balrog and Moria, Adam, looking at you. Black Riders. Legendary Legion. Funnily enough, it's only 9 models. Black Riders force must always include the Witch King of Angmar, who is the army's leader. The Witch King of Angmar counts as a hero of legend in this Legendary Legion. I guess for breaking reasons, but only a maximum of 9 models can be included in this Legendary Legion. I wonder why. Terror in the Night, a model in range of between 4 and 6 models from this force with the Harbinger of Evil special rule suffers an additional -1 to their courage. A model in range between 7 and 9 models from this force with the Harbinger of Evil suffers an additional -2 to their courage. Okay, so you can get a -3 to their courage value if you've got a lot nearby. Screech of the Nazgul. Each Ringwraith can, once per game, cast the channeled version of Transfix without declaring a heroic channeling. This magical power is automatically cast, counting the result as a 6. Oh, Jesus. Okay. And no will points are expended. Target models can make a resist test as normal. Make sure to note which of the Ringwraith models have used this ability, as each Ringwraith can only use this ability once per game. Okay. I mean, Ringwraith versus the Fellowship, that's making the Ringwraiths a lot better. Will of Sauron. Friendly Ringwraith models do not lose a will point for being in combat as per their Will of Evil special rule. Okay. Hunt the Ringbearer. The Nazgul constantly sense the presence of the ring, and when it is near, they will strive to retrieve it. At the start of the fight phase, before any other heroic actions are declared, if it would be possible for a friendly Ringwraith model to charge an enemy model with the ring, following a successful heroic combat, the Ringwraith must declare a heroic combat. May declare a heroic combat without spending might. Only one Ringwraith can declare a free heroic combat in this way per turn. If successful, the Ringwraith that declared the heroic combat must then charge the model with 1 ring, though any other models that move as part of the heroic combat may act as normal. The player who declared this free heroic combat automatically wins the roll-off to see which heroic combat goes first, if applicable. Though they must select this free combat before any others. So I probably should say that all the Ringwraiths must be on horse to start with. And obviously you can still spend points to give them extra will points and things. Kirith Ungol. We've got Shagrat Gorbag, Shelob, Mordor Uruk-hai Captain, Orc Shaman, Orc Captain, Orc Warrior, and Mordor Uruk-hai. Kirith Ungol Force must always include Shagrat and Gorbag. Shagrat is always the army leader. Only Orc heroes may lead Orc Warriors. Only Uruk-hai hero models may lead the Uruk-hai Warriors. Animosity. Friendly Orc models gain a bonus of +1 to wound in the fight phase if they're involved in the same fight as friendly Uruk-hai model. Uruk-hai models get +1 in the fight phase if they're in the same fight as an Orc model. Rivals for power. Keep track of how many models Gorbag and Shagrat have each killed. If at any point one of them has fewer kills than the other, that model may reroll a single d6 for making a dual roll. That's good. She hungers for sweeter meats. Shelob adds +1 to her attack characteristic if involved in a fight with an enemy man, elf, dwarf, or hobbit model. She is always hungry. At the start of the move phase, as long as she is not engaged in a fight, Shelob can choose to kill or remove one friendly model from the board. If she does, can reroll any number of dice when making a dual roll. Okay. Eat an orc, get some rerolls. So that is it for the Legendary Legions. Definitely a couple there that I would be interested in playing. Lurtz's Scouts, Black Riders would be cool. Breaking the Fellowship, not quite for me because I'm not really a good player, but in both senses. Rangers of Athelion, so that's 3. And if I eventually end up with the models for Cirith Ungol, potentially play Cirith Ungol as well. I like they've brought across the Cirith Ungol rules from battle companies and sort of put it into here as well. And then the last section, essentially, is the Fantasy Fellowship rules. So these are the rules that originally played in White Dwarf many years ago. Can't remember how many, but it was. Basically, use the rules on changing out the Fellowship. Selecting a Ringbearer does have to be someone who's worn the ring before. So you've got the option of Frodo, Bilbo, young Bilbo, or Smeagol. And that's obviously the Smeagol from the Fellowship list, not the evil Smeagol. Then you get a Hobbit hero. Then you place Merry and Pippin with someone that costs no more than 50 points. Gandalf can be either Gandalf, Saruman, Radagast, Galadriel, Elrond, Celeborn, Círdan, Arwen, Gildor, or Thranduil. If Saruman the White is selected as your wizard, you may then select Grima as a member of your Fellowship. And then basically, you can choose other heroes to replace the other heroes, Aragorn, Legolas, Gimli, Boromir. All the heroes must be from the good side, no evil models. Total cost of your Fellowship may not exceed 750 points. If you choose 2 characters that can take the ring, only the Ringbearer that you chose gets it. Models may purchase additional war gear. Heroes that are bought as a pair, such as Elladan and Elrohir and Murren and Drar, do take up 2 slots in your Fellowship. All models must have the infantry keyword. No mounts can be bought. Rule of 1, you cannot take the multiple hero. Same hero more than once. Whilst players are free to select their own members, we find that the Fantasy Fellowship works better and feels more thematic if selected members are all coexisted and were alive at the same time. Following models cannot be included in your Fellowship under any circumstance: Tom Bombadil, Goldberry, Gandalf the White, or Galadriel, Lady of Light. Fair enough. And then it gives you some campaign rules for them and basically which scenarios to play and which members of your Fellowship would be involved. And you just swap in and out as per. It also actually includes some of the scenarios from the different books as well, which is quite nice. Just noticed that. Gondor at War, War in Rohan. Any of the Shire scenarios? War in Rohan. No, none of the Shire scenarios. But Gondor at War and War in Rohan, they're involved. You also get campaign bonuses. And basically, depending on who you swapped out that character. So when we talk about the Breaking of the Fellowship bonuses, Sting and not Sting, but Light of Erendil, that would go to whoever's replacing your Ringbearer and things like that. Characters that die will still die. So Boromir, you know he's going to get killed off at Amon Hen, or if you don't, spoiler. So whoever you chose to be Boromir in your fantasy scenario is going to get killed off at Amon Hen still. Then we have some of the staff's fantasy fellowships. Rob, good friend of mine, he has gone with Bilbo, young Bilbo, Balin, Master of Lake Town and Alfred, Radagast, Bjorn, Gloin, Tauriel, Legolas, and Keeley. Don't know what you're doing there, Rob. Not a fan. Not a fan of that lineup whatsoever. But then it is Hobbit era, and that's not really my favourite. There's the all-girl fantasy fellowship, apart from the Ringbearer, because there isn't a female option. Frodo, Rosie Cotton, Sigrid and Tilda, Galadriel, Arwen, Eowyn, Tauriel, Still wouldn't take Dario. Hilda Bianca. That's not a bad lineup. Not sure how far they would get, but it's not a bad lineup. And then we get a Weathertop Masterclass. So is this the Forge World one? Okay, I'm pretty sure this is just instructions for the Forge World Weathertop. Putting it together, painting it. I mean, I do like that effect they've got there. I might steal the painting technique. And that's it. That is the quest of the Ringbearer. For the Ringbearer. He's already got it. Best book yet? It depends. Narratively, yes. Best book yet, because this right here is the Lord of the Rings. This is the storyline. This is what happens when you take your fellowship and you go from the start to the end. You skip most of the big battles. There's a bit of crossover, but you don't see Helm's Deep. You don't get the Siege of Minas Tirith. You get the feeling of the Lord of the Rings and this quest that Frodo goes on. So yes, this book is awesome. Yeah, it's probably not my favorite book, but it is in terms of the narrative side of it. The new characters are very cool. The four new characters, none of them are going to be like overpowered. The Amborn and Mablung have some decent abilities, but they're 35 points and they've got 1 wound or 2 wounds each. They're not going to change the meta of the competitive side of things. I might be wrong. And Barleyman and Harry Goatleaf are just cool narrative characters. Some people will probably be saying, well, why are they in the game? Others will be happy that they've finally got profiles. I will definitely pick them up when they're available. And this is definitely inspiring me to actually get a fellowship painted up since the game started. I've never had a full fellowship painted at any point in my time playing this game. I think currently I'm up to Aragorn, Merry, and Pippin painted. Yeah, I think I've got Aragorn, Merry, and Pippin painted currently. I've got Frodo and Sam on ponies painted, just not normal Frodo and Sam. So that is my ramble on this book. If you're a Middle-earth strategy battle game player, go and buy it immediately. It's out tomorrow. Thank you for watching, and feel free to provide any constructive criticism at the end. Thank you guys. Have a great day.